Welcome to the Brain Bank Listen and Learn series. I'm Michelle Paulina. Our topic today is shatterproof lamps, and with me by phone is Bob Nolan, CEO of Shat-R-Shield. Bob, thank you for being with us today.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate this opportunity.
I read that the first shatterproof fluorescent lamp was introduced in 1978. How far back does Shat-R-Shield go?
We go back further. We had a coating business, specialty coating business back in 1970. The specialty coating project that my father took on, Jim Nolan, he started working with Coca-Cola to coat the first 1-liter glass bottle. They needed that coating on the glass to prevent the bottle from exploding in case it was accidentally dropped. Once that project was complete, he continued with glass coatings, and he started to fool around with incandescence and fluorescence and developed the first shatterproof fluorescent lamp in 1976 and had filed for a patent at that time. In 1978, we developed the first Teflon-coated incandescent light bulb.
What was the impetus for shatterproofing of lamps?
The most obvious was the FDA and USDA requiring lamps to be shielded by plastic sleeves, also known as tube guards. Since Shat-R-Shield lamps didn't require any assembly at the food producer's facility, it quickly caught on, and this was the way for protecting the production area from exposed glass. It also saved many hours in labor since it took only one man to install a shatterproof lamp instead of two that had to hold end caps and sleeves together to install into the fixture.
So prior to that, end caps and sleeves were the state of the art. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. The only method to protect fluorescent lamps was to slip a sleeve over the lamp and install an end cap on each end.
What kind of lamps do you provide coatings for, and for what applications?
We offer all forms of coated lamps: the fluorescent, incandescent, HID, compact fluorescence, and globes. We have a proprietary coating also for bug lights. We also coat lamps with a gold plastic coating that will block UV for the microchip and other UV-sensitive manufacturing. We offer germicidal lamps where UV exposure is necessary. And the latest is a glow material for emergency lighting and egress routes. The plastic coating is charged by the fluorescent light emissions, and once power is cut off, the coating will glow for 90 minutes, which allows illumination for emergency escape in case of earthquakes or fires.
Do you provide any guarantees for your product, either the coating or the containment?
Yes, we do. We have set the standard for the quality, and we do guarantee our fluorescent lamps when they're used in normal operating conditions. We make the greatest effort to provide the best coating, and we're very fortunate to work with DuPont during the development of this lamp, and the plastic was designed for fluorescent lamps. It's designed to handle the UV emissions from fluorescence and still maintain its clarity, minimize light loss, and the integrity of the plastic will last far beyond the rated life of the lamp.
What about light loss? Is that a problem?
Light loss is so minimal the human eye can't detect it. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a coated or uncoated fluorescent lamp. And because of that, the FDA inspectors asked us to put a label on the lamp. They appreciate the orange band, and that has been our trademark ever since.
Can you talk a little bit about the benefits of UVL?
UV is very important in regards to shatterproof fluorescent lighting. Most plastics will block 98% of the UV emissions. What's more important is that the plastic can handle the amount of UV over the rated life of the lamp. UV can fade color, and it can reduce quality of certain foods such as milk and cheese. Blocking UV can be beneficial also in open warehouses where insects are attracted to lighting. With a shatterproof lamp, such as Shat-R-Shield, the bugs will not flock to the overhead lighting because they just don't see the UV emission. So that's helpful for some distribution warehouses that may be loading bread or other consumer products going to grocery stores.
When I think of applications, the first thing that comes to my mind is food processing and food service. Can you comment on that?
That is the most obvious. Food and pharmaceuticals really the largest market that we addressed initially on the development of the product. Anything that's under the FDA and USDA umbrella, manufacturing cosmetics, fine paper products like candy wrappers or facial tissue are under FDA jurisdiction. There are many other places to use shatterproof lighting, like safety markets that involve automotive, petrochemical, computer rooms, microchip manufacturing, and clean rooms. We can address nuclear facilities, prisons, daycare centers, locker rooms. Our lamps are even used around the space orbiter for curing their tiles on the shuttle fuselage.
Wow, that goes far beyond what I imagined. Let me just go back to food processing for a minute. What codes govern this?
There are several. It's about 4. USDA, the food safety inspection. FDA has 3 sections that cover lighting and glass. And also OSHA. OSHA has a technical bulletin that has a mention of shielded or shatterproof lighting that is 8 feet or less from the work floor.
I also read that shatterproof lamps are required in elevators. What can you tell me about that?
Shatterproof lighting in elevators is a funny one. I believe that falls under the OSHA requirement because elevator cabs are not very large. There may be other applications depending upon what the cab use is for. Transporting of personnel, perhaps. I always figured it was more involved to reduce vandalism, or if there were these elevator cabs are used to transport food of some sort from one section of a bakery to another, perhaps. But that's as far as I know about the elevator issue.
Bob, is there anything I missed that you'd like to emphasize?
There are quite a few companies that are offering a shatterproof plastic-coated lamp, which is a compliment to my father since he had developed that product. What's important to know is what's on the outside of a fluorescent lamp specifically, and I keep mentioning fluorescent because that is the largest market for shatterproof lighting, then comes incandescence. But fluorescents are unique in the amount of ultraviolet radiation that they emit. And knowing what plastic is on the outside to protect that lamp from shattering is important. We were very fortunate to work with DuPont on the development of the plastic, and we have been very successful maintaining the integrity and the safety of our products going to our customers.
Where can our listeners get more information on this topic?
The best source for information on our shatterproof lamps is our website, Shat-R-Shield.com, ShatRShield.com. And our office line is an 800 number, 1-800-223-0853.
Well, Bob, thanks so much for spending some time with us today. It's a privilege to have someone from a company that actually invented the product. We appreciate you being with us.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity to speak with you.
And thank you for joining us for today's Brain Bank Listen and Learn series. We'll see you next time.